stand on your own when it comes to objections